Lesson 130.
Auf.
Lisa, this is another two-way preposition, right? And it's going to mean something different depending on what case it takes.
Exactly. So if we use the dative case, we're thinking of a place, the answer to the question where, and that would be in English something like on top of or just on. Whereas if we want to move something onto something, we would take the accusative case with this preposition.
When I think of something jumping onto a flat surface or moving onto a flat surface, I think of the word onto, which is apparently just a combination of on and to in English.
Looking at the examples, I just wanted to mention that you see here that the first example gives you the dative case. It describes where the book is, and it has a verb that serves this function, which is just the verb to be. And then in the second example, we have the cat that is going onto the table. So we have a verb of movement, and that accompanies the preposition with the accusative case, because that also shows us a movement. Here, if we say it in German, it's a little colloquial. Die Katze geht auf den Tisch. But for now, it's a great example to use, and you can use it and play around with it a little bit. That's what we sometimes do in a classroom. We take a little figurine and we would have somebody move it and then say, maybe it's a cat figurine. The cat is going onto the shelf, or the cat is going onto the chair. And you could try say that in German. And then once the cat is placed down, you can say, now the cat is on the chair. And also translate that into German.
Those are great ideas for teaching. And in fact, I have some friends who teach Latin, and they do the same thing. They get little toys and objects. Some people even make little videos where they have toys moving in certain ways, and then they narrate along with it. So those are great ways to learn.
I like that, yes. So our listeners could do that at home. Make a little video, try to describe in German what is going on.
And you can go to Amazon.com or some other online shop and get little plastic toys for very little money, just a few dollars. You can buy lots of little toys to use. So Lisa, before we go, I just want to say one last thing. The pattern I want to point out to our listeners is that the accusative case is pretty much always going to be used for motion toward. When you have movement toward something, you can use the dative case for that too, but the dative case can do other things, whereas with prepositions, the accusative case is the case that pretty much is always handling something moving toward something. Would you agree with that? Okay.
Right, especially for our case with the two-way preposition, that gives you a pretty clear distinction. With the two-way prepositions, the accusative will always give you movement, and the dative will always give you the answer to the question where.
So they have a division of labor here where dative handles place where and accusative handles motion toward.
Exactly.